how I came to Fairfax was my son was about 2, and we were living in the Mission, and they were kind of shooting at us down there a little bit, you know. So we decided to move to Galway. That was the plan. And then the word came that there was this house that we could move into in Fairfax where I hadn't even heard of. And when we first pulled up, you know, it was like I saw that there was 2 bars at least that had music 7 nights a week. I thought, sounds like a good town. So we thought it would be all right for a while, you know. And that was 19 years ago. Fairfax reminds me an awful lot of the town I grew up in, because if you felt like going for a walk down the town, the trouble is your neck, you could come back with a neck ache because you'd see so many people you knew, you kind of do, how are you? That's kind of a thing you do in Ireland. You know? You don't do it so much here, so my neck's okay, but it's the same thing. You just go for a walk down the town, you're bound to run into all sorts of people you know. It's like a very small, cool community, you know. Closest thing to anything I've ever done in Ireland in terms of the vibe of it. We just sit around the table and play, and it's where people learn to play. It's where I learned to play, sitting around tables and pubs, picking up things from other musicians.
And I'm keeping an eye on these shamrocks that are up on the wall.
They look sturdy.
They look sturdy, they do, yeah. Fairfax is different, it's not New York. Happy day after St. Patrick's Day.
I remember Gary from over 19 Broadway, when he first walked past this session here on a Sunday, and he stuck his head and he came over to me and he said, what a great resource for the town, you know, and I never even thought of it that way, you know? But I was beginning to think of it that way. Many Irish people have come in over the last couple of years and, you know, sat down and either played at this session, you know, there were musicians, or people that were just watching it, and, you know, music lovers. I've heard it so many times. You can't find this in Ireland anymore. This is the way it used to be in Ireland. It's very like the old days. It's very like that old kind of, you know, there's no mics, no pizzazz, nothing, you know, just sit and play. So, you know, that's cool. Fairfax strikes again.